The weight of the sky. Kian stood at the edge of the fields, his face tilted to the sky as if searching for answers, buried in the clouds. The village where he was born was peaceful, too peaceful. Life had a rhythm there. You're born, you work the land, you marry, and then you die. But Kian didn't fit in that mold. His dreams were louder than the wind in the wheat fields. A sky can't be held, his Aunt Rhea once told him. But dreamers, they always try. His parents had died in a landslide when he was just a boy. It was Aunt Rhea who raised him on scraps, sweat, and hope. He would often stay up late reading tattered books donated by a forgotten traveler. That's when he knew. He didn't just want to survive. He wanted to live. But dreams are heavy when you're poor. Every time Kian spoke of leaving the village to become a writer, the world laughed. Write? The villagers smirked. Write what? The sound of your stomach growling? One day, after another failed harvest and a particularly cruel comment from the village chief, Kian made a decision. With nothing but a bag of clothes, a book of blank pages, and a half loaf of bread, he walked away from the only home he'd known. He walked for 2 days to reach the city. And the city, it was not the savior he hoped for. The noise swallowed him. His dreams looked ridiculous against the skyscrapers and neon lights. Nobody cared about a boy with no name, no degree, and no address. He slept under bridges, wrote on torn newspapers, ate what he could steal without getting caught. One evening, starving and defeated, he collapsed outside a mechanic shop. A gruff man with oil-stained hands came out. "You homeless or hopeless?" the man asked. "Both," Kian replied, half-conscious. That man, Mason, took him in, fed him bread, gave him a place in the workshop's back room. "You're lucky," Mason grunted. "I had dreams too, tried to build an engine that runs on air." Everyone laughed. Guess what? They were right. Dreams are poison. Kian stayed silent. He worked during the day, fixed tires, lifted machines. But at night, under dim bulbs and the hum of the city, he wrote. Page after page. He wrote about everything. The village, the pain, the hope, the cruel streets. His heart spilled onto paper. Then one night he left Mason a note and walked away again. Not because he was ungrateful, but because something inside him said, "You didn't come this far to stop halfway." He entered a bookstore that looked older than time itself. The owner, Mr. Lev, raised an eyebrow at the boy with a worn bag. "I want to sell you my story," Kian said. "I don't buy dreams," Lev replied. "But you sell them," Kian whispered, pointing to the bookshelves. Lev read the first 3 pages, then 10 more. He didn't speak, just turned pages like they were on fire. Finally, he said, "You wrote this?" "Yes." "It's raw, bleeding, beautiful." That's how Kian's words found their way into a small collection titled The Weight of the Sky. At first, only a few bought it, but slowly, the book began to move, like water through cracks. People felt it because it wasn't perfect, it was real, about pain, about holding on to nothing but hope, about walking without knowing where the road ends. Years passed, Kian didn't become a millionaire, but he became something more, a voice for every broken boy sitting under a street lamp, for every girl told she's not enough, for every forgotten soul who dares to look at the sky and say, "I still believe." He returned to the village once, this time not with empty pockets, but with a copy of his book for every child in the school. Someone asked him, was it worth carrying all that pain just to write one book? He smiled and replied, "The sky may be heavy, but what's heavier is living without ever reaching for it."